Yo, what up, investigators? Welcome to AGGY. Yo, what's up? This is Graham. I'm playing episode 3, I guess, of the League of Extraordinary Investigators Season 2 with my girl Agnes. As a reminder, this is Vanilla Carcosa. Check out the standard chaos bag. We're using the taboo list for this season, and our score is determined by the victory points we get every scenario, minus penalties for mistakes. If you are not watching the live stream, be sure to check the description for timestamps so that you can fast forward to all those juicy bits that I know that you want that is not related to me reading some story stuff or whatever, right? So first, I'm going to dive into the actual scenario here. Hold on. What am I doing? I need this one. This is the window I need. All right, so today we are playing Echoes of the Past. Sounds spooky. What is this art from? I don't think this art is on anything. And maybe there's like a... Is this from Black Star's Rise, maybe? Is that where the art is from? This whole cycle is like a bunch of art that's not really related to the scenario it's in. Well, I guess Pallid Mask is. And I think Black Star's is. Alright, so what I just said is not true. Okay, we've got that out of the way. We're playing Echoes of the Past. As a reminder, the truth is hidden. Surprisingly, front door of the Historical Society is open. Why are we going to the Historical Society? Because our boy Sebastian was like, we've done this before. So in this scenario, we don't add doom normally. We are forced, after one or more clues are placed on an enemy in play, to flip those to their doom side. So clearly, cultists are the ones, enemies are the ones producing doom. For the act deck, we have race for the answers. Each of the Historical Society's many rooms contains books, which I don't know how Agnes necessarily feels about books, but Peter does not like books. That's why in my headcanon, Peter and Agnes, they have to go separate ways, because Agnes is like, yo, dude, there's some weird stuff going on, and I want to think about it. And Peter's like, but babe, I don't know, man, it's just whatever, just give 110%. And she's like, I'm over this. So they kind of go separate ways. But then you know who Peter finds? Rita. And Rita is like, dude, Peter, I love how dedicated you are to the sport and to the team. And Peter's like, yeah, babe, I love how much that we both work out together and we do sports. And so they're a better match, in my opinion. All right, so we're doing Echoes of the Past. Let me do a little bit of setup here. Boop, 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 boop. We're going to put some ground floor and second floor and third floor locations down. This is also the point where I'm going to confirm that indeed my chaos bag is on the level. So I did choose the interlude option where you get to burn that house down, which is going to give me 2 cultists, which is great. They're only -2s this scenario, so easy peasy flying forward. I love that. I'm going to give that counter deck a shuffle while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to show my deck list to make sure that that's on the level, but I'm going to talk about what's in my deck list here in just a second. So I'm just kind of getting all this out of the way while I'm here. Quick check-in on the campaign log. Is that this? No, is that this button? Is that this button? I don't have a campaign log button. We have Sebastian interviewed, and only 1 conviction tally, and I don't think I have any chasing the stranger. Unless, did I get the stranger last time? I'm going to have to go back to my other video. I might have 1 chasing the stranger, so we're going to confirm that. And then I have 1 physical, 2 mental trauma. So that's kind of where we're at. Let's go back to Graphics Town, and I'm going to talk to you about my Mulligan choices. So in this scenario, the way that you lose is that you aren't able to keep up with the enemies that spawn, because enemies are the ones that spawn doom. So the most important thing is a way to deal with enemies. If I can do that, I can stall long enough to get the other cards that I need. The other cards in my deck that are particularly useful at the beginning, Sixth Sense is going to be the primary way that I get clues, and Track Shoes is how I run around that library real quick. Again, is Agnes the most athletic person? Maybe. Is Peter the most athletic person? Also maybe. But is Peter the biggest man on campus? Yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. Do I have anything else of note that I need to tell you about? I guess I'm going to do my mulligan, and we're going to hope that it doesn't suck. Does that seems good? Seems good. Okay. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I got chat up right here, so chat is disabled for this live stream. What? No, I don't want that. Here, let me see if I can actually fix the chat, because I would love to be chatted at. Let's do pop-out chat. Let's do copy this link, and let's go back in and update that link. Boop, 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 boop. Look at that. Look at that. Chat's back. So now you can chat with me and tell me when I'm making mistakes so I don't take penalties. How great would that be? Wouldn't that just be the most splendid time? Okay, let's go ahead and draw some stuff, right? Wish me luck. Drawing the sign. No thanks. Let's see what I got. Well, shriveling was on our list. The rest of this was not. So we're going to get rid of everything but shriveling here. At this point, I'm looking for track shoes, Sixth Sense, and aside from that, maybe Delve Too Deep. Those would be the only things I can think of that I really want. So I got Sixth Sense and another shriveling. Fabulous. I love it. Everything is great. Forbidden Knowledge would have been okay, so that I could, I don't know, get money is what I'm thinking. Getting money with those track shoes. I'm going to make sure the stream's still coming in healthy. And I want to give a shout out to my pal Greg. Greg, look, you're on stream. That's great. Okay, so Sebastian gives me the fact that I interviewed Sebastian and he was like, "We've done this before." It gives me like a tip as to where to go in the Historical Society. And so there's a clue in the entry hall. But I'm not going to worry about that clue yet because I'm going to come back and forth through the entry hall like a million billion times. So I won't worry about it. For my first action, I'm going to play Shriveling. Which, let me get a version that's got some charges on it. Second action, I think I'm going to move to one of these locations to just try to open some stuff up. Each enemy at this location gets +1 fight, +1 evade. And last action, I'm going to investigate. I am a 2 on 2, I believe. So let's commit a defiance to this. So that makes me a 3 on 2. I'm also going to say cultists, because cultists in this scenario are, in fact, -2, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get this up and running. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Is there anything I'm forgetting in my live stream? Anyway, you can see cultists are right there, -2, so I'm going to ignore those. So I'm a 3 on 2 ignoring cultists, and I draw a -1. So, yeah, in this scenario, Defiance is really good if I happen to be even on a test, because it gives me the 3 -1s and then 2 cultist tokens. I guess it would also be good depending on where the skulls are at, situationally. But, you know, committing 1 card for 5 tokens, that ain't bad. Speaking of things that aren't bad, I already got the clue. Hooray for me. Okay. Enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep phase, we're going to Philadelphia. We're going to draw and gain a resource. We're going to go to the Mythos phase of round 2. As a reminder, not adding Doom. Let me give this encounter deck a good old shuffle. Mysterious chanting. Do, 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 do. If there are no cultist enemies in play, search the encounter deck and discard power for cultist enemy. So there's 4 treacheries in this deck that pull out cultists. And there's 1 cultist that has a victory point value. And so I'm trying to decide if now is the time for me to just get that victory point dude out of here. I am shriveling at a 5. So I'll be 1 up on my tests, which isn't phenomenal. So I think I might wait till I have Meat Cleaver out. And so this time around, I'm going to pull out a basic cultist. A real basic boy. Shuffle that up. I'm going to draw the Acolyte, which spawns at an empty location, and after it enters play, I'm going to place a Doom on it. Actually, you know what? Do I do Fanatic instead? If I do Fanatic, it's going to pick up this clue for sure, because it spawns at the location with the most clues. So I guess I just do Acolyte. I'm going to have to burn a charge probably on this kid. Or I can do a Seeker, and he's going to go over here and pick up the clue over there, and Seekers are always bad, so I don't want to do that. I think those are my only options. Or I can spawn that victory point guy with me and try to shrivel him a bunch. And just burn through my shriveling charges really fast. I mean, I'll be 1 up. It's not good, right? It's not a good idea? Okay, I'll just leave it. I'll just burn a shriveling charge on this Acolyte. I got the other shriveling in hand. It should be fine. Okay. Mysterious Chanting, done. Investigation phase. Greg waved at me. First action, we're going to move in. Acolyte's going to engage us. Second action, we're going to shrivel, shrivel, shrivel. Shrivel, shrivel, shrivel. So I'm 5 on 3. So I'm 2 up on this test. Cultist, -2. I also take a horror. So I guess technically the token effect happens first. And then I don't really know the order of this. It doesn't matter right now, but it would matter for Meat Cleaver. Because Meat Cleaver says if you kill an enemy with the attack, I guess I would just not use Agnes's ability in that case. Anyway, this Acolyte's super dead is the moral of that story. And then last action, I'm going to play Sixth Sense. That seems very good. Enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep phase, draw a card, gain a resource, get my actions back. And we go up to Mythos phase of round 3. We're not going to add a Doom. I'm going to draw Led Astray. Well, there's not a cultist for me to put a clue on, so I have to add a Doom to the current agenda. Something that's tricky about this scenario with Agnes is that her ability also puts Doom on the agenda. So you have to find the right time to do that without having to advance stuff. Second action, I'm going to use Sixth Sense. And it says investigate using willpower instead of intellect, so I will. I am a 5 on 2. And I drew a cultist. So -2, I'm successful. Remember that with Sixth Sense, I can choose to investigate at a connecting location instead using either shroud value. So I could, but I won't because there's no other clues. All right, so that's my first action. Then we're going to spend these 2 clues to advance. Let's go up to the top here. And it says, you find a record that was cool. And then you get a clue. No, what do? You, for each revealed historical society location, add 1 clue to it. I was thinking about a joke. I couldn't put it together of like, there's an old like record player or a gramophone, and you find a record and you put it on. And it's like, wicka, DJ Aggie Fresh. But I couldn't really make it a joke fast enough in my head, so it's just a funny image. That's what you get from me. The highest quality of entertainment. All right, so this location gets a clue. Second action, I guess I will move back here. And a third action, I'm going to use Sixth Sense yet again. So I'm a 5 on 2. And it's a 0. Wow, what a time to be alive, huh? Flip, flip, flip. Yeah, because enemy phase nothing. Upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. Ooh, Ward of Protection. Me likey. Me likey. All right, Mythos phase. Cult, search. So we're back to that same conundrum of do I pull out the victory point enemy or not? if I don't successfully kill it, which there's not really much of a guarantee that I will, then I'm in trouble, right? Then it attacks me. His special ability is that you steal a clue when he attacks you. So then that flips to a doom, and then the agenda advances. And then I am engaged with an enemy, and I have no charges. So that all seems terrible. So I'm just going to take a fanatic instead. Search for the fanatic. And I'm doing fanatic this time because there's no locations with clues on them. So I can just spawn in them right here. Reveal location with the most clues. I'll just spawn them with me. Why not? Porque no los dos. Wait, that doesn't translate right. Okay, cool. So now it's my turn. And my first action is I'm going to shrivel. So I am a 5-on-3. -3, I fail. Does not have retaliate. So second action, we're going to do the same thing. Believe it or not, we're going to do the same thing. All right, so we shrivel this guy. And then last action, I'll move to the middle. Would that I had some track shoes. Okay, enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. Delve a 2 deep. Love seeing that. So Mythos phase of round 5. Whispers in your head, amnesty. I can't trigger lightning bolt abilities, which is notable for forbidden knowledge. Well, I'm going to ignore that for the time being. We're going to go over to this historical society. Exhaust an ally asset. I don't have Peter at yet, so but I can still just investigate normally, which I guess I'm going to do. So first action was move. Second action we're going to use Sixth Sense. So I'm a 4-on-5. 0. Wow, look at that. And then we're going to spend those 2 clues right away. So far, doing great. This scenario does have a propensity to spiral out of control for me. So I'm not celebrating yet. I ain't older till the fat lady in a yellow cloak sings. Mr. Peabody has arrived, and he is a super nerd, and Peter has no time for him. That's why Peter's just like out. He's just in the lobby, like swinging around a baseball bat that he found in a case. He was like, "Yo, babe, check this out. This is autographed by Flint Mackenzie Fouth, and he was like the best baseball player to ever play at Arkham High." And Agnes is like, "Great. Why did I bring you?" All right, so we're adding some clues. I get Mr. Peabody, and the hidden library goes into play. So let's do those one at a time here. Hidden library. I need you to be right here. This gets a clue. This gets a clue. And then I get Mr. Peabody. And he is this dog. But he takes up the ally slot, so you have to lose your ally if you have him, which is kind of lame. Okay, so I've done those great, wonderful, great things. And now I have an action. I could draw, but I'll probably have to discard. I could play a new shriveling. That is fine, I guess. I could play Delve Too Deep, which will probably add a doom in some capacity and then advance the agenda. So I don't know if that's what I want to do. I could ward whatever I delve. So maybe not the worst thing ever. Let's see if I'm at a passageway. Oh, I am. Okay, well that's chill. I think I'm going to hang out here then. So I guess I'm just going to draw. I'm going to have to discard maybe Clarity of Mind. That seems fine. I'll do that. That seems great. All right, last action, draw. Okay, good. Not my weakness. All right, enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep. We're going to draw. Resource. Flip, flip, flip. And I'm going to get rid of Clarity. Actually, I don't need 2 Look What I Found, do I? No, I'll just get rid of Clarity. It's fine. Upkeep phase, or Mythos phase of round 6. Hopefully I haven't forgotten that at all this game. And we draw. Whispers in your head dismay. You can't commit skill cards to skill tests. Well, right now I don't have any skill cards. So, as much as I don't like that, I'm actually going to play Delve Too Deep first action. Because there's not an active threat right now. So I can play Delve first action, and then actions 2 and 3 hopefully react to that threat. So, playing Delve is my first action, and we're going to draw the top card of the encounter deck. And it is Whispers in Your Head. And then actions 2 and 3, I'm going to clear that most recent Whispers in Your Head. You can't play events, because my hand is almost all events. Delve Too Deep goes to Le Victory Display, which is great. Enemy phase nothing. Upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. Flip, flip, flip. Round 7, we draw in the Mythos phase. Oh, I have to discard a card, and I think we're going to get rid of Look What I Found. This seems great. Okay. Fanatic. Spawns at the location with the most clues. How about the location with me? Alright, so he does... I don't think I actively did this last time. Oh, because last time there wasn't a clue to pick up. So when he comes into play, he's going to pick up this clue. And then according to the text on this agenda here, that clue becomes a doom. And now I have a fanatic. So first action, we're going to shrivel that boy. I'm a 5 on 3, it would appear. -2, good enough. That's going to kill the fanatic. And I'll just leave this doom over here. That's fine. Now, do I clear Whispers in my head? Do I play another Shriveling? And I'd love to be able to play Shriveling and Track Shoes this turn. The Track Shoes is actually maybe sort of not as important right now as some other stuff. Or I can just start getting rid of some of these things that I'm going to care about, like committing skill cards. I mean, how much do I care about that? Or I could just move into the hidden library by using Mr. Peabody and then moving in. If I do that, I'm going to have to discard a card at the end of my turn. I have the 1 Doom up there right now. Yeah, so if I go in there, any cultist is pretty much going to advance the agenda. But that's not terrible. I feel so bad discarding cards. I guess I'm going to play it safe. So I'm going to gain a resource, and then last action, I'm going to play my new Shriveling. My brand new Shriveling, but one that has charges on it. So let's get rid of these copies here. Oops, I guess one of those should be in my discard pile, because I'm playing over the arcade slot. Okay, so that's my turn. Enemy phase nothing. Upkeep phase, draw a card, gain resource. It's my weakness. My weakness has appeared. Which means that the agenda is going to advance here right quick. We're at turn 8. Mythos phase, Wizard of the Order, any empty location. So we're going to have to go kill that Wizrobe right quick here, huh? All right, so first action, let's move in to the Wizard's location, which, by the way, at the end of the Mythos phase, he would have a Doom on. Second action, we're going to Shrivel, and I have a Lucky in hand. So I'm a 5 on 4. Cool. 1 up on this test, and skulls are -1 for the highest number of Doom on an enemy in play. So -1. That's going to kill him. I shriveled, so I take a horror, which I'm going to put on Mr. Peabody. That gets rid of this dude and his Doom and his stupid little Doom. And then last action, I think I'm just going to have to get rid of Dark Memory. So I'm going to play that for 2 resources. I don't think I paid for Shriveling either, because I went up to 5. I should have been at 2. Then end of the round, I would have made up to 3. And now I'm playing Dark Memory, so that brings me down to 1. So sorry I missed the resources for Shriveling, but I've made up for it. So hopefully we chill. Anyway, Dark Memory is going to add a Doom. That's going to cause the agenda to advance. So shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. I will do that. And now, more of the same. Da da da. Okay, so enemy nothing. Upkeep. Draw a card to gain a resource. Take heart. Hello, my friend. Mythos phase of round 9, and I draw the Cult's Search. Is it time? Is it time for me to try to kill this goober? This goober man. I would love to have the machete just because it's so much better at actually killing that thing. But there's no Doom out right now, so I'm just going to do it. I'm saying there's no Doom on the agenda, so if I pull out the VP, Agent of the King enemy with this treachery, and I screw up, and I don't kill it, then I still have some leeway in terms of Doom generation. And actually, I don't even have any clues that he would steal. So this is a great time to do this. I'm going to use the Cult's Search to search the encounter deck for a cultist enemy, and the cultist enemy of my choice is going to be the Agent of the King. When I draw him, he doesn't spawn anywhere except for with me. And after Agent of the King attacks you, move one of your clues to Agent of the King when you defeat. Okay, cool. So it's a 4/4/2. Groovy. My turn. First action, we're going to shrivel. I don't think I can commit skill cards, right? So Take Heart is a no-go. And I cannot trigger Lightning Bolt abilities, which I have none. Okay. Groovy. So first action, we're going to shrivel. I am only a 5/4, but I have a Lucky in hand. So let's hope that goes well. -2. Okay, I got to burn the Lucky right away. That sucks. But I hit for 2 damage. Then second action, we're going to shrivel again. Do I want to be 2 up on this test? Let's take a look at the Chaos Bag here. Right now I'm 1 up. I mean, I could commit like the Ward or the Trial by Fire. Those are not skill cards. Or, I mean, how badly do I need to conserve these shriveling charges, you know? Because even if I draw a cultist, if I draw a cultist, I will place a Doom on him. I think this one, I'm just going to do whatever. And if I draw the cultist and I fail, I'll take a Horror, which is going to deal damage to him, because I drew a cultist on shriveling. And then, yeah, it seems all right. 0. Yes! Punch, 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 punch. All right, cool. So it's going to kill the Agent of the King. More like Agent of the Dingbat. Got him. Got him. Shriveled him up like a Chicago winter. Well said, Greg. Because it's cold. And then last action. Move back to the passageway, I guess. Do I have enough money to play a shriveling? I sure don't. So I'll move back here. Alright, so that's my turn. Enemy phase nothing. Upkeep phase, I get all my actions back. Draw a card, gain a resource. I have 8 cards in hand, which is groovy. We go to the Mythos phase of round 10. Descent into Madness. I lose an action because I have 3 or more horror on me. That's so sad. K-Triste, you know? And I cannot play events again. So you know what my turns are going to be? Clearing Whispers in your head. Can't play events. Because I got so many like good events and stuff, right? Or I could ward that and save myself. I could give myself 2 actions, which would be enough to get into... Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? So instead of clearing that, I'm going to use Ward of Protection to cancel that card's Revelation effect. And I've asked before to make sure the timing works out. The trigger for Ward of Protection is you draw it, and Ward of Protection is going to interrupt and happen before that Revelation ability. And then once the Revelation ability fires, Whispers in your head goes into your hand, and then you can't play that. So I'm actually going to ward it, which is going to deal me a horror. So I still have my 2 actions this turn. And so first action, I'm going to use Mr. Peabody to give the hidden library passageway. And according to the Act Deck, passageway locations are connected to one another. So then my last action is I'm going to move into the passageway, or the hidden library. Okay. Cool. Enemies, nothing. Upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. Flip Mr. Peabody. I have the correct number of cards in my hand, so then we're going to go to the Mythos phase of round 11. And I'm going to draw a measly little Acolyte. We're going to put him right there. I can't deal with him this turn. Do I have Doom on the agenda? I sure don't, which is cool. So it's time to investigate. So I've got look what I found in hand, so I can maybe burn through these clues pretty easily. I can't commit Take Heart right now as much as I would like to. Although I don't know what I would do with that Take Heart stuff. I guess just like get set up so I'm like comfortable. I need a Meat Cleaver so I can kill the end boss. I guess that's the big thing I'm looking for. Alright, so first action, we're going to investigate with 6 Sense. I am a 5 on 4 with... Now, there's no connecting locations. If I were to draw a cultist right now, I would fail. If I use Mr. Peabody first, I will succeed. I kind of want to play Look What I Found. Alright, so I'm a 5 on 4. And X is a -1, so I succeed. And I could investigate as though I were at a connecting location, but there are no connecting locations. Second action, same thing. Sixth Sense, investigate. -3. I was a 5 on 4. Now I'm a 2 on 4, so I failed by 2 or less. And I'm going to discover these 2 clues right here. That's great. Now I'm ready to make my triumphant return back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. And so for my last action, I guess, do I take a resource here? Because I have a lot of stuff that I want. I could draw. It's one of those things where I want to be able to commit the skill card, Take Heart, and I've got some other skills on my deck that I'd like to be able to use. I guess the big thing holding me back right now is money, so I'll take a resource my last action. So let's go enemy phase. The Acolyte does nothing. Upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource, go up to 3. Shrivel, shrivel, shrivel. I guess flip, flip, flip. Mythos phase, already up to round 12. Can you believe it? Man, time just flies. Time flies when you're having a good time in the Mythos, you know? Alright, so I have to spend a clue or take 2 damage. Do I care about clues? I think the answer is no. I don't care. Ergo, I'll just spend the clue, I guess. So as a reminder, I could spend my 3 clues in the hidden library to advance. However, I actually want a different resolution than that one. So I just needed to clear the clues off for that cool 2 victory points. Which, by the way, I'm at 4 victory points so far. It seems great. I love it. So I'm going to spend a clue because I don't care. Hunting Shadow, yeah, basic. Okay. So my turn could be give Hidden Library the passageway, move back to the Historical Society, and then kill the Acolyte. But instead, I've been whining so much about not being able to use my Take Heart. So my first 2 actions are going to be to clear Whispers in my head, Dismay. And then last action, I'm going to play Trek Shoes. Right? Actually, Forbidden Knowledge. Because I'm going to want to vaporize that, that silly little Acolyte when I get there. Alright, so clear Whispers in my head. I've done that. That was my turn. Enemies are doing nothing. Upkeep phase, draw a card, gain a resource. Mythos phase. What was my last Mythos phase card? Did I draw one? if you watch it, what did I miss a Mythos phase here? I made a big deal about how it's fun in the Mythos with time flies. And then, oh, Hunting Shadow. It was Hunting Shadow. That's why it feels like nothing happened, because sort of nothing did. Okay, so that turn I cleared a thing. Hopefully I'm not screwing up that count. Secret of Carcosa, you have made your presence known. Alright, so Seekers are nasty. They're a 3 health enemy. They're aloof at the end of the Mythos phase, which is just the Historical Society. Which means the Acolyte engages me. I'm going to blast that sucker, as we would say, with Forbidden Knowledge. So I'm going to take a horror that's going to use Agnes's ability to deal a damage, and that's going to buy me a little bit of time to go deal with Home Fry over Chondo Chair. So last action, do I move or do I play Track Shoes? Does Track Shoes matter at this point? I feel like the tempo of Track Shoes is like maybe not that important. Also, I gain a resource from Forbidden Knowledge. Except that I can't do anything that I just said because I have whispers in my head anxiety. Okay. Time out. That Acolyte is engaged with me. So I think first action is still Peabody, second action is still move, and then last action I'm just going to have to toast the Acolyte. Right? With my last Shriveling charge? Oh, that feels so bad. So maybe, yeah, Forbidden Knowledge was not the correct thing to play because of whispers in my head. So last action, I could fight with Take Heart and probably fail because I'm my 2 on 3. I could fight with Defiance and say Cultist or something, and they have like a shot at killing this dude. I could play Trial by Fire, up my combat to 5. Oh, but Trial by Fire is so good later on. If I use Defiance, let's take a look at the Chaos Bag. So right now I'm fighting a 2 on 3. And skulls are -1. So I'm in this range, right? So if I commit Defiance, I'm now a 3 on 3. Oh, I should commit the Heirloom. Okay. Because that has a fist on it. So I'm 1 down. Commit the Heirloom, now I'm 1 up. And then I probably commit the Defiance as well. Just to get the extra icon, I guess. I mean, that's a lot of hoopla just to get rid of an Acolyte, but it's going to stop the agenda from advancing, which feels pretty good. So last action, let's fight. Committing the Heirloom and the Defiance. So I'm a 2, 3, 4, 5 on 3. So I'm 2 up on this test. I will say Skulls, because why not? And I'm committing the Defiance because not only does it give me 4 tokens from the commit, but if I fail, there's enough doom in play to advance the agenda, and then I have a boss monster along with the Seeker that I have to deal with, and only 1 Shriveling charge. I'm not really ready for that. Skulls, which is what I said with Defiance, so actually I just ignore it. But it is like a -1 anyway. So that's going to kill the Acolyte with a punch. Okay. Enemy phase. Nothing. Upkeep phase, draw a card, gain a resource. The Man in the Pallid Man. Alright, let's put this up here. Mythos phase of round 14. Mr. Peabody's back in action. Mr. Peabody. What a nerd. What a nerd name. Mysterious chanting. Place 2 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. Ooh, nasty. So my options are move, shrivel, pray for. I don't think I quite have enough actions for this guy. Right? Because it's move, shrivel, play track shoes, double move, shrivel. And by shrivel, I mean engage because it's aloof. So I could move, engage, shrivel, and hope that I draw a skull. So I take a horror. So it does the. Okay, so we're kind of in a bad boat there. So I'm thinking we're to the point where I need to prep for the next turn. Which means I'm going to want to maybe clear. So I could clear anxiety. And that will let me use my forbidden knowledge again, which would be great. I could investigate with take heart to draw a bunch of cards and see what I have. I'm really looking for meat cleaver, right? And Greg, thanks for the tips on hunting shadow, and I can't use instant abilities. I think I undid what I was trying to do with instant abilities a minute ago. Just dandy. All right, so the we're gonna advance. I think I investigate with take heart to see what happens, and then I would really like to clear whispers in your head. Otherwise, I could play like meat cleaver and move. I can play meat cleaver and track shoes. I feel like I have a lot of options here. But this seeker is going to have to die, so I'm tempted to kind of get over there a little bit. I mean, I could play track shoes and move over there, and then next turn, well, there'll be a boss, and so then I can engage, shrivel, and then the boss is going to come and hit me, and I'm not going to love it. I need options. So first action, let's investigate with take heart. I am a 2 on 4, so I'm down by 2. And I failed, so I placed 1 doom on the nearest enemy, which is fine, I guess, because it's all part of my plan. It's all part of my plan. Okay, well, no meat cleaver yet. Do I play track shoes and move over there? Or do I clear whispers in my head? Next turn I could play track shoes, move over there, and engage, but that won't be enough to kill it. I do really want to be over there, so I'm going to play track shoes. Second action, and then third action I'm going to move. And exhaust track shoes, I'm a 3/4 on 3. +1, so I get to move. Okay. So now I'm at least at the same location as the Seeker, which is groovy. Enemy phase, the Seeker does nothing. Upkeep phase. More take heart. More take heart. Great. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm at the 2 doom threshold because I'm at -4s. And then the front door barges in, and it's a bunch of people, and they're just having a time, and then they get into a fight. It's like a bar fight, but in the historical society. So it's like a historical society fight, which happens all the time. Possessed Oath Speakers spawn in the entry hall, but fortunately Sebastian is not around. All right, so this dude is, if you're wondering how much damage he does enough to knock out my Peabody ally. That is the answer to that question. And we're going to draw a false lead. I have clues. Before I forget, I'm going to remove all the doom from home frying right here because we advanced. All right, so now I'm going to test with Take Heart 2 on 4 on this intellect test, and I super failed. I super failed. So I drop a clue on my location, which I definitely don't care about. I think he sucked up the doom, or the clue that was here. So I drop that. For each point you fail by, so I'll drop both of them, which I don't care about. Okay, then take heart triggers, and I draw 2 cards, and I gain 2 resources, and I still don't have my meat cleaver. It's not the end of the world, but could be the end of the world. All right, so let's see what I'm doing here. The Seeker, then the Seeker picks up one of these clues. It turns it into a doom. Okay. So my turn could be engage, shrivel, hope that I draw a skull. It could be clear whispers in your head, ping him with forbidden knowledge, and engage him. And then he'll do a horror to me. So I'll do another damage back to him. And then next turn, I can kill him again with forbidden knowledge. Except that I will be super doomed out. We can like ward him maybe. I need meat cleaver yesterday is what I need. Engage, shrivel, and then evade. Be easy enough to evade, right? Oh gosh, I don't know, man. This is a real pickle. Got myself a real pickle this time around. This time around here. I guess I'm gonna shrivel him because, at the very worst, possessed oath speaker comes in, punches me. I take one of the horror and use the last one. Yep. Okay. So first action, we're gonna engage. Second action, we're gonna shrivel. Boop, 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 boop. And I am a 5 on 2, so I'm 3 up on this test. Show me skulls. No, it was a 0. Okay, so he takes 2 damage. And then last action, I guess I evade. I think that's correct. I think I evade. So I'm a 3, 4 on 2. -1. Okay, so I have evaded Le Seeker. That's my turn. Enemy phase. Something happens. The oath speaker comes in. See, he's not massive, right? He's got Hunter and Retaliate. At the beginning of the enemy phase, he must either ready or take a doom. So he's going to get a doom, which I don't love. But that's why we needed to get rid of the Seeker. Because they're both generating doom? No, can't have that. That's a bunch of nonsense. And then he's going to punch me. So 1 horror is going to go on me. 1 horror and 2 damage is going to go on Mr. Peabody. So he goes the way of the dinosaur. He's gone. I guess he's on my discard pile, but I'm just going to put him over here. When I take that horror, I'm going to use Agnes' ability to do a damage, and that's going to defeat the Seeker of a Carcosa. Alright. Upkeep phase. Draw a card, gain a resource. Shaking my head over here. We're at 1 doom on round 16. I'm going to draw Hunting Shadow. Oh, ooh. Ooh, do I have... Ooh, Oh, I hate that. So I really want to deny existence for this, right? I think I'm just going to have to take the 2 damage right now. And then evade and try to get ready to get punched. Probably evade, throw it on Peter, Or maybe evade and move away. Yeah, I have to take the 2 damage from this. I could ward it, is the thing. But then I have to take a horror, and I don't have a big horror threshold. So I'd rather just take the damage right now and hope that everything works out just fine. All right, so let's evade, which I'm only a 4 on 3. I'm going to commit this pair of track shoes to be 5 on 3. And then, so one reason why I'm kind of maxed out on horror this scenario is because I didn't draw my meat cleaver ever. There's 2 of them in the bottom 9 cards of my deck, which is like, wah, so sad. All right, so first action, let's evade. And I am a 4, 3, 4, 5 on 3. -3. Okay. Let's think about this for a second. I can't afford to take this hit at all, so I have to evade and move. Right? I could trial by fire to be evading at a 6. I think that's a pretty last-ditch effort thing, though. So second action, I'm just going to evade again. I'm a 4 on 3. I'm just going to leave it at that. 4 on 3. Oh, yes. Elder Sign. All right, so I get +6. So I'm a 9 on 3. Great. He's evaded. And then last action, I'm going to move. And then I'm going to use track shoes and try to move again. I'm a 3, 4 on 3, and I draw the skull. So I did it. Cool. Woo, yo dog. Okay, so enemy phase. At the beginning of the enemy phase, he either readies or I place a doom on him. So he will ready. Then he's ready, so he hunts. That's why I moved away so far. If you're wondering, that's why I did it. That was kind of my logic. Actually, I should have moved up towards the Pallid Mask. You never know. Maybe I'll get a chance to miraculously just investigate that guy. All right, let's draw a card and gain a resource at the end of the round. Delve too deep. Hello. So I like Delve, but at the same time, it's not Meat Cleaver. So I'm kind of not loving that. All right, let's see what I got. Whispers in my head. You cannot move more than once per turn. That seems bad. I'm considering warding this. I think I will. Oh, but then I don't have Peter down yet. Son of a gun. If I take this, I can play Peter, move in with what's his face. Oh my gosh. I need Deny or one of my other 2 Meat Cleavers. So 3 cards out of the... I mean, only because Meat Cleaver is the way that I'm going to win this scenario, right? I might end up with a trauma here. We'll see. My test runs went really well. So the fact that I'm like kind of spinning my wheels. But see, my test runs, I saw Meat Cleaver is the problem. So you see it 5 games or whatever you do. 4 games. And then you don't see it the time you do it on stream. And it's like, man, that's a real drag. I don't know how to react to that. Do I ward this? I'm more worried about like a mysterious chanting. See, because if he moves in, I guess I just take this for now, right? And then this turn is play Peter, move in with him, evade it. Oh, and then it readies and he punches me. And I deal it damage and I'm almost dead. And then, oh my god, it's just so darn painful. I'm just gonna ward. That's fine. I'll take the ward. Whatever. I'm warding. I think I didn't see my weapon early enough this game. So I think I got to delve. Right? Could draw for Meat Cleaver. Am I just resigning to taking another mental trauma this game? It sucks. I think I played Delve as like a last minute, like, I'm dead. I can't do this, right? Oh, so I can play Peter, move in, evade. He still hits me. Good night, nurse. This is such a pain in the butt. I could track shoes past him, move, and then play Peter, and then he'll get a doom. Yeah, I guess I'd try that. So first action is Peter. Second action is move. Before he engages me, I'm going to use track shoes to move again. So I'm a 3, 4, 5 on 3. -1. That worked. So that's cool. I'm going to move up to the quiet halls, and then last action, I'm going to move up to more quiet halls. Enemy phase. At the start of the enemy phase, he gets a doom, and then he's going to hunt. And then upkeep phase, I draw a card, I gain a resource. That deny is going to be handy. Mythos phase of round 18, I'm going to draw into a Seeker of Carcosa, and that might be game. Because I still don't have a way to kill this guy. Because at the end of the enemy phase, the Seeker gets a doom, and now I'm at 3 doom. So I have to kill one of these guys in order to not doom out. What happens if you doom out in this scenario? I've definitely, well, I shouldn't say I've never done that, because the first couple times I tried solo on this, you know, sometimes the enemies kind of go nutso on you. Man. So it happens, you know. Also the fact that I drew this thing and I haven't been able to get rid of it, that's turned off my, whoa, where did that go? So that's how you get rid of hidden treacheries. You play on Tabletop Simulator, and then when you click on them and the game stutters, then you lose it. So I have the, I don't know where it happened to it. It's fine. I have the treachery in my hand that prevents me from using fast abilities. So, I've forgotten anything? I don't think so. I mean, I could survive another hit from this dude. I can move in and punch him twice. I could clear this thing, move in, ping him once. Except I can't. Can I kill the Seeker to stall out any longer? Clear the thing, move in, deal damage, move in, engage, fight with trial by fire to do 1 damage. I can move in with the Man in the Pallid Mask, clear him with an investigate, and then delve too deep. I mean, I don't think anything that bad happens to you if you doom out. Right? Like I don't think you get a good resolution for the next scenario. And then I don't get the cloak thing, which is fine. I mean, it's good. It's a good item, but I don't really care about it. I guess I lose out on the 2 victory points. Gosh, man. It's so frustrating when you play these scenarios dozens of times and you run into no issues. And then when you do it on stream, it's like that one thing that you've gotten literally every other time you've played the scenario, you don't get it this time. So I don't even know like how to deal with the problems that I run into. It's kind of the problem, which defeats the point of practicing. So I don't know. I guess I'll move in with the Man in the Pallid Mask. Oh, that should have been revealed. Sorry. And then I'm going to investigate. What's the shroud over here? 3, so he's a 5. So for the Man in the Pallid Mask action, I'm going to be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on 5. Elder Sign, so I was a 16 on 5. And I defeat the man in the pallid mask, which is cool. So I get one of those tallies at least. So he goes on my discard pile. Then last action, I'm going to play Delve Too Deep. I'm going to draw a Fanatic. Reveal location with the most clues, which is, I guess with me, when he comes into play, he picks up a clue. And he turns it into a Doom. Enemy phase. This guy gets a Doom, and he hunts. Then I get attacked for a damage, which I could deny, but I won't. Upkeep phase, I draw a card, gain a resource. Then we go to the Mythos phase on round 19, and we advance. There's a rush of footsteps along the manor's central stairway, and the front door opens once more. Have you found it? A muffled voice. Oh, sorry. Have you found it? A muffled voice asks. Yes. We can embark immediately. The path will be opened. Resolution 4. What the hell is Resolution 4? I have no idea. Flee to safety. Read Resolution 4. The night's events have left you exhausted. You were unable to learn anything because you're a big dumb dummy head. You have a real nasty dream about a boy named Daniel. And, oh my god. Oh, I get terrible tokens for the next scenario. That's bad. I do get a bonus experience point as I gain insights into the machinations of the King in Yellow. And the followers of the sign have found the way forward, which is one of those random things that probably means that they get, like, I don't know. It's probably the dream sequence. And then I get 1 cultist, 1 tablet, 1 elder thing token to the chaos bag. Okay. Well, no trauma. So I guess that's fine. And I get a bonus XP. So anyway, this Delve Too Deep is in my victory display. Wherever that is. Here it is. And then I get a bonus experience point. And then I get this. The hidden library. So I get a bonus XP from the scenario, which is represented by this upside down Delve Too Deep. I get 3 VP. Man. Oh my god, is that frustrating. You guys have no idea. You have no idea how many times I've played this. And I've gotten 5 VP with, like, minimal problems. God alive, that's frustrating. Okay. But good news is that I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, effectively 7, 8 XP for the next scenario, which is good. So I will upgrade my Peters. This scenario doesn't have any willpower tests, so I didn't need to upgrade my Peters yet. The next scenario does. It has a fair amount, I think. And then Phantom of Truth has, like, it's like 40% willpower tests, I think, that encounter deck is. So, so I definitely want to upgrade my Peters. That'll be 4 XP. And then I get a couple more experience points. I hope my stream didn't drop. It says I've only been streaming for half an hour. It feels like it's been a lot longer than that. So that would be depressing. I have to do that again. Let's see. Yeah, so 4 XP on Peters. I'm probably going to upgrade one of my Shrivelings finally. I could upgrade Clarity of Mind, but honestly, I haven't been using it. I was planning on using that to help mitigate the arcane research stuff. And I don't know if I'm not going to need it. So I'll upgrade a Shriveling, and then I'll have 3 XP left over. So I'm sure there's some juicy stuff that I could upgrade with those. I don't know exactly what they are, though. All right, well, thanks for watching. Good luck with your League games, and my frustration continues with this Agnes deck because, you know, Curtain Call, I felt like I got screwed over. Last scenario I did fine. This one is like the easiest scenario next to Phantom of Truth, maybe, in the entire thing. And I couldn't find a weapon to save my darn life, man. I gotta do the thing where you look at your deck and you see what was wrong. Meat Cleaver was the next card. Hey, I never drew Drawing the Sign, so I have that going for me. My other Deny Existence. So both my denies were buried, and both my Meat Cleavers were buried. So that's why I was having trouble with the horror. But it didn't really matter because I didn't use Forbidden Knowledge to ping myself because I had this Whispers in Your Head. Because I drew like 4 or 5 of those things. So that's how it goes. I mean, drawing 4 or 5 is probably not unreasonable. I would say probably the average person draws 3 or 4. So that's like 1 more than average. All right, enough of me babbling. Good luck with your games, and we'll see you in the asylum, where I will probably lose, given the luck I've had so far. Which would be lame, but here we are.